Welcome to PC Woods Kids Tech Talk. Today we're looking at the GlacialTech F101 CPU cooler. Now this one here is the second GlacialTech CPU cooler that I've reviewed, and this one is a premium CPU cooler. I tell you, it is topping and bettering the UFO version that I reviewed earlier. It has tons of features which we're going to look at more in detail here, and it's got an interesting design as well. It supports obviously all types of CPUs, so the LGA 775, the socket 1156, and your Intel Core i7s on the 1366 socket, and it comes with all the plates, all the brackets, everything that you would need included in the package. So it's very, very complete. Also, as you can see, it also comes with a fan. Okay, you can install up to 2 fans on this one, but it includes one fan, 120 millimeter fan, as you can see, this nice white one here, and thermal grease, which is great. So that way you don't have to go out and buy additional thermal grease for that. So the thermal paste itself is a GlacialTech included ice therm, and we're going to try it out and see how it does along with this CPU cooler. So you can see that it's got an interesting shape. It's like an L shape. Dimensions are there, and the weight is 750 grams, as you can see. And it's got a whole bunch of heat pipes, the copper heat pipes going from the base to the heatsink of it, the aluminum fins. And it's nickel plated, so you can see that it's nice, got a nice chrome, shiny look and feel to it. So it's pretty cool. It's nice to look at. And a nice flat base there. You can see that it's going to make contact with the CPU. Now, it also comes with that white fan that I mentioned, which has variable speed, this one that I'm using today. And you do have the option to getting the other version, which is just a silent fan. Okay. Now, I'm going to be using the Intel Core i5 kit that came with the package, so I can install the CPU here, as you can see. And we're going to overclock it to 4 gigahertz and see how the CPU cooler performs. So I've got the 2 brackets. As per the instructions, I'm going to fasten each bracket on either side here, and it comes with the screws, obviously. So I screwed them in on either side, and now it's just a matter of fastening this onto the motherboard. Now, you are going to have to install the bracket, the plate at the back of the motherboard. So I'm just going to take off the sticker here and fasten it on the back plate where the CPU is, and then we'll be able to run the screws from the opposite side of the board through the CPU cooler, and it will attach itself there to that plate. Now, this ice-therm GlacialTech thermal paste, I've never used this one before. We're going to try it out. Just put a little bit in the center, and then flatten it out. Make a nice, thin, even layer on the entire surface of that CPU. Okay, don't just leave a tiny little piece size in the center and then just hope that your CPU cooler will flatten it and disperse it around. Don't assume that it's going to do that. You make sure you move it around, flatten it yourself, and make a nice thin layer. Okay? Don't put too much. Just even it out nice and thin, and then put the CPU cooler in there. Make sure it doesn't hit anything, of course. They've designed it so that it doesn't touch the Northbridge heatsink, as you can see on the motherboard. So it's a very nice design there. It doesn't interfere with the RAM either, so don't worry about having high heat spreaders from your memory. It won't interfere there either, but you will have to install the fan afterwards. So even though you've got your memory there, the sockets, you see that there's no fan on this. So now it's the time to install the fan. So you've got these 4 holes actually, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, and it comes with the equipment to fasten the fan, of course, on there. And I've actually added a second fan, but my initial review was with just 1 fan, and here are the results with just 1 fan. Okay, so I overclocked it to 4 gigahertz, the Intel Core i5, for this test, for this review, and it did great, actually. 32 degrees Celsius on idle, and on full load, it went up to 65 to 70 degrees Celsius, which is really the maximum that you want to go for an Intel Core i5 CPU. Okay, so pretty good. Full load, about 65 degrees Celsius. It will really never reach that on most common usages. It'll probably hover around 50 on medium load, on average load. So terrific cooler doing a great result for overclocking it at that high speed, and I definitely recommend it. So I'd like to thank GlacialTech for providing it, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for watching.